Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Evening Standard. I am your host, Mr. Holt. Cast your mind back to autumn 1996 if you can. Football had just come home to a young Tony Blair was terrorizing the conservative government, and a new collectible card game had just been launched. The Pokémon card game, based on Nintendo's popular franchise of video games, went on to storm the world. It has sold over 30 billion cards worldwide and has been translated into 13 languages. In the classic game, players adopt the role of a Pokémon trainer and they use their Pokémon to fight their opponents. While more interactive products such as Pokemon Go has taken the headlines in recent years, the card game popularity remains striking. In 2017, it has accounted for 82% of the trading card game market in Europe. Sales in the UK grew by nearly half. Its latest expansion, Vivid Voltage, is the fourth expansion of the latest Sword and Shield series, and the Evening Standard had the opportunity to speak with Atsushi Nagashima, game director of the Pokemon TCG at Creatures Inc., about his work in the design of the much-loved game. Because of language barriers, today's interview is going to be conducted by my assistant, Jarvia, and I shall translate Atsushi myself. Jarvia, go ahead and ask the first question.
How did the Pokemon TCG get started, and did you think back then the game would have such an impact?
The Pokemon TCG was initially born from the video game series. Ishihara-san, president of the Pokemon Company, loved tabletop card games and wanted to create a card game which would act as a physical Pokédex and give players another way to experience the Pokemon brand. The idea of a trading card game fit perfectly in line with Pokemon's tenets of play, trade, and collect. It also encourages face-to-face play, which has been a key to the product's success and longevity. Back in the early days, I don't think anyone could have predicted the global success of the brand as a whole and its cultural impact. My role, and that of my colleagues at Creatures, is to keep innovating and ensure Pokemon TCG remains fun for existing fans and newcomers alike.
Can you walk us through the design and production process of the cards?
We start by looking at how the world is depicted in the Pokemon video games. Our inspiration for new elements in the trading card game comes from video games, which we use to build the underlying framework for a product or series. We begin by selecting 4 or 5 main Pokemon, keeping in mind issues such as Pokemon types and existing environment. Based on the selection, we begin to explore the wider worldview of the series, and at this point, we start creating simple illustrations. Next, we create a mix of Pokemon, looking at issues such as type balance, evolution balance, character, popularity, and play mechanics. From there, we do illustrations for each individual card. When it comes to the design of each card, we aim to capture something that defines the Pokemon's character, type, and abilities in a single image. It can be a tough assignment, especially with the introduction of brand new Pokemon, but luckily we have many talented artists who we work with. The design will naturally go through some rounds of feedback and editing until we settle on our final image. We also need to look at how cards play and the mechanics that fulfills the gameplay environment. It's crucial that with any new expansion, it's balanced and we have an internal team of testers who play the game continuously and gather as much data about how a card performs as possible. The card data comes from playtesting, and we use that to tweak, develop each card to ensure that it remains at the correct power level and is balanced for the environment. It's especially true when new gameplay elements are introduced. Each card varies on the amount of development time is required. The highlight cards will always require a bit more time than some of the more basic cards. However, trainer cards do take quite a long time to produce, as their role in the game allows a lot of other cards to be viable. So they require a lot of testing just to get right. Thank you for that interview. This is Douglas Holt with the Evening Standard. I one last time want to thank Atsushi Nagashima for that interview, and we're out. You guys have a great day.